Hello everyone, this is Nathaniel, and this is a request video that I'm finally getting to. I am not counting any of the boss tracks in this top 10 list, only the normal racing tracks. Let's get to the countdown. Number 10, in Dragon Forest Greenwood Village. This has to be the hardest silver coin challenge out of all the tracks. If you are subscribed to me, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
In first, with almost all the coins. Oh my god. Hallelujah! I missed the friggin' coin on my best run. You piece of friggin' Cheez-It, phone, N64 controller, laptop, capture card, TV, camcorder, glasses, crap.
This is also the only stage that I recall that has a really good shortcut, but it is a little hard to get to. Aside from those two aspects, the stage is pretty difficult overall. There is a turn at the very end of the track that will throw off beginners very easily, but the more skilled players shouldn't have a problem drifting around it. The stage name confuses me because you start off driving through a village as you'd expect, but then you lead into a forest type area and back into the village. Why was the forest area added? I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of the Hunger Games with different districts, and the forest area is where Katniss and Gale get their food.
We could do it, you know. Take off, live in the woods.
They'd catch us.
Well, maybe not.
We wouldn't make it 5 miles.
I know, a very bizarre reference, but I don't give a flipping patty. I may also note that the bumpy ground in the forest is very irritating when trying to get bananas. Number 9. Sherbert Island, Crescent Island. Aside from boarding a pirate ship, this stage is pretty generic and challenging. That first turn inside the ship will destroy beginners, while skilled players will have a blast drifting the huge turn. There is an alternate route to avoid that huge turn, but you will only end up losing time because you have to come to a complete stop to drop down inside the ship. After that turn, the rest of the track is pretty hard, and the balloons are hard to obtain for most of the race. The final turn of the track is similar to the turn inside the ship, but the gap in between is quite a tease. I find the gap to be useful if you're moving slow, or if you get hit or something like that, but if that doesn't happen and you're just blazing down the course, then forget that gap. Number 8. Future Funland, Star City. Star City has to be one of the prettiest stages in the game. The colors are very vibrant and stick out. However, one of the areas of this stage puts it in the number 8 spot for this countdown. The stage is pretty simple until you get to the highway area. The turns are sharp as sharp can be, and beginners will be smashing into the wall every time. Even veteran players may have a hard time drifting with these turns. And what makes it worse is at the end of the highway area, the boost is in a very difficult spot on the right side of the road. If you miss the boost, you have to make it up a hill, and players may pass you if they manage to get the boost. Number 7. Snowflake Mountain, Snowball Valley. Oh my god, I hate levels in games that have anything to do with water or ice. This whole stage is a slippery mess, and navigating the narrow areas is very tricky. I find it kind of hilarious that when you touch the ice puddles, you bounce into the air. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's secretly Jello? Also, when taking the left side of the path at the beginning of the course, I always have trouble getting into the cave opening. I don't know what it is, but something about that angle getting in is very challenging. Number 6. Future Funland, Dark Moon Caverns. This course is very challenging due to the fact that it's hard to see where you're supposed to go half of the time. Whenever you see the blinking red arrows, you're in for a lot of quick, sharp turns that you can't see. After the first section of the red arrows comes a yellow-green hilly area. There are a couple stumps in the middle of the course, and they are really hard to dodge. Even when I aim from these stumps, I always hit them at least once per race. The 2 loops are a nice touch, but you end up going so fast after getting off them that you crash into the wall, and crashing into the wall is no fun. This course is a lot like Sky City color-wise. Something about it just dishes out really vibrant and pretty colors. It kind of reminds me of Rainbow Road for some reason.
I've seen USB multi.
Number 5. Dragon Forest, Boulder Canyon. Ugh, I really hate this stage. I hate it because you have to use that stupid hover vehicle. And not only that, the stage itself is quite a feat to take on. The logs at the beginning and the end of the course are a total pain in the butt to get by, especially when someone has knocked one around so it's spinning. The turns here aren't too bad compared to what we've already seen, but using these hover cars makes it really hard to turn. The sewer area has a fork in the road. Either way, you'll bump into walls, which is annoying because that slows the player down quite a bit. Number 4. Sherbet Island, Pirate Lagoon. This course is just like number 5 on our list, but even more annoying to play through. The beginning starts off okay, but at the first turn, you literally stop dead in your tracks because the turn is so damn sharp. After that, it's not too bad until the end of the course. The end features more sharp turns and a mini shortcut. The shortcut is great, but if you screw up going off the ramp, you'll be slowed down to the point of ending up in last place. One good thing is that this is the prettiest looking water stage in the game, but it doesn't make up for the sharp turns. Sharp turns should never have been incorporated into the game for these hover cars. The only strategy to avoid stopping at the turns is to save a boost with you. Number 3. Sherbet Island, Whale Bay. And here we have the hardest water stage in the game, Whale Bay. The turns aren't quite as big a deal for this stage, but the big issue is the fact that it's so large and open that it allows players to zoom in front of you very easily. The shortcut is not only very difficult to use, but it barely helps the player out. If at all, there was no point to even include it. This track has a lot of areas where there are land masses sticking out of the water to slow you down, and it's pretty effective in doing that. The bananas couldn't have been put in worse spots. They are literally scattered across the very edges of the freaking stage. In a racing game where you need to collect some objects to gain speed, or the bananas in this case, this is a big deal. You're better off ditching every banana because they take too long to get to, and by the time you get any, everyone will be ahead of you. Number 2. Future Funland, Spaceport Alpha. Spaceport Alpha. Who came up with this stage concept? This is the prettiest stage in the game by far, and has the hardest section in the game too. There is a part in the stage where you fly into this large area and dozens of lasers shoot at you. They shoot through the boosters, they shoot up, they shoot down, they shoot side to side, they shoot at the balloons, they shoot out your ass! These lasers are all over the place and it's very easy to get hit by one. When you do, you fall all the way to the bottom of the track and lose all your speed. You can get hit up to 3 times per lap from this! God, I hate this freaking part of the stage. Okay, enough on this section. The rest of the track is very difficult too, with lots of fast turns and dives. This whole stage will take memorization to get good at it. You have to know about every turn that comes up. Number 1. Future Funland, SPACEDUST Alley. Holy mother of pearl, this stage is ridiculous. Not only do you have lasers shooting at you, you have electric waves that can slow you down, asteroids that fly all over the place, and what takes the cherry on the ice cream sundae is the end of the track. To get past the ending, you truly have to be a master of drifting. The turns are not only sharp as hell, but last for a long time and make you move up and down. There is stage hazards all over the place, and it's very, very easy to get hit and slow down. The boosters for the most part are really hard to get, and when you do manage to get them, it makes it all the easier to run into something. This stage was probably made by WizPig. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, and the graphics, just awful. I mean, who wants to play in a track that is purple and pink? It doesn't even resemble its theme it's supposed to. Space. Well, maybe the asteroids help out with that. Aside from the fact they are friggin' purple! Okay, I think I've gone far enough. SPACEDUST Alley is by far the hardest track in Diddy Kong Racing, and the ugliest too. That's about all I have to say. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. Have a wonderful day, everyone. This is Nathaniel Bandy, Naeroikathgor.